Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. How do you stop a bull from charging? Take away its credit cards. Oh, all right, that's an oldie but goodie. I'd like to thank the following people for starting a new month. Special thank you to Kenny for 40 months at the enthusiast tier. Thank you so much for your support. Also, very much thank you to Tyson Price for being a super supporter for 8 months. Very much appreciate your support as well. Thank you to Copper for 42 months at the video early access tier. And also thank you to Lasdrin and Becca for another month at the video early access tier. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Knight, Coat, Butcher, Baker. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. That's fun. Flack knife, candlestick maker. Franklin forest, bow or bow, blow, spoil, wrench, botch, and rope. Now, I wonder if butcher, baker, candlestick maker is rainbow herring. So we could focus on butcher first and see if that helps. Does anything seem to go with it? Definitions of butcher. I mean, there's the guy who butchers animals. But you can also butcher something, like to mess it up. Yeah, and you botch it. You butcher it. You blow it. And you spoil it, maybe? Is there another one? Because spoil I'm not 100% on. No, I think that's it. I am wearing purple today, though, so... I guess we will just circle this because this feels green. Typically, if it's synonyms, it's yellow or green. And if there's 2 synonym categories, then the one that's verbs becomes the green. So we'll mark it green for now. How about baker? What are we going to do with baker? Baker is like a common last name. So Franklin is a last name and Baker is a last name. I don't know what they'd have to do with each other. But maybe like Knight could be a last name. Forest feels like a last name. So I mean, it could be something like that. What else could it be? Baker. I'm not really seeing it. So that's probably not yellow. Let's look at candlestick next. So what are we going to do with candlestick? Is this going to be... Beauty and the Beast. There's a coat rack, but not a coat. Bow or bow? Candlestick. So it's probably not Beauty and the Beast, unless they're in a forest. Nah, I doubt that's what that is. I'm not like seeing what to do with candlestick. Flack. All right, what about maker? What are we going to do with maker? Like meet your maker? Maker. I'm having trouble seeing these categories. We can focus on other words. Knight. Knight is always good fodder if we're doing homophones. Knight and knife both start with KN, but we don't have another KN. But what would we do with knight? Silly English kniggets. Knight doesn't really have other definitions. That's why I thought it would be good fodder for homophone. Or the spelling of it. I mean, it's not. It could be remove the first letter. And it's night, the other night. I don't see that being it, though. Franklin is on the $100 bill, isn't he? Benjamin Franklin. I still think maybe we've got last names. I mean, a lot of the... who knows what last names are possible, but these feel like the most likely last names to me. Are they all Benjamins? Is there a Ben Knight, a Ben Baker, a Ben Forrest? I don't know. I can't really do that yet, though. I think that's going to have to be last because I don't know who these would be referring to. How about coat then? If this is the rainbow herring, coat needs to go with baker, candlestick, or maker. I don't see how it would. Coat. So we had coat yesterday, and yesterday it meant a thin layer. Today it might be the thing you wear, or it could be the verb, like to apply a coat. I don't see. I mean, there's always the possibility of starts with state code. So CO is Colorado. But I don't know that they're going to actually do that one. MA is Massachusetts. CA is California. Let's not worry about that right now, though. So I don't know to the code. Flack is interesting. Like you can give someone flack. Like you're saying, hey, you did something wrong. We're giving them flack. Flack is also just like little pieces of shrapnel, isn't it? What would that go with? Isn't there like a flak jacket or something? Is it flak jacket or is it something else? Flak. Maybe. I don't think it's that. Wow, darn it. I'm struggling again. What about knife then? Knife. I mean, a knife and a bow are. Ooh. Are these all murder weapons in Clue? British call it Cluedo. I think these are. That's it. That's at least blue, I would think. Could be purple, but I'm not sure. But I think these are all murder weapons in the board game Clue. So we'll mark that blue for now. So if I was right about Baker, Franklin, Forrest, and Knight being last names, what would Flack, Coat, Bow, or Bow, and Maker be? Doesn't pop out to me. One of these is supposed to be yellow, unless somehow, like I mean, what I marked green could be yellow, and then this could be green, perhaps, depending on how easy they want that. But generally, the trivia, like the non obvious trivia, is blue, but sometimes even purple. So I'm thinking about flat coat, bow or bow, and maker. Strings. Like I'm thinking about bows. I don't think it would have to do with strings. Coat. You know, I hate to say it, but coat starts with Colorado, flax starts with Florida, and maker starts with Massachusetts. So it wouldn't be bow, but is there another one? I don't think any of these start with a state. Okay, that's probably a coincidence then. Coat. Is this a fill in the blank? If these are last names of people, that could be the blue. I think I'm going to take the risk and say this is a fill in the blank and it's purple because I don't know what it would be though. Flak jacket makes a lot of sense, but coat jacket, bow jacket, bow, coat. Could Forest or Knight go with it? I'm just going to go with this and see if it's right because at this point I'm not sure what to do. That was one away. Okay, I want to know if I'm right about this blue then. I am. And it's green. Okay, so then the thing I thought was green is, see, spoil, botch, blow, and where'd you go? Spoil, botch, blow. It shouldn't be one of the ones circled in blue. Flack, Maker, Franklin, Forrest. How am I missing one of these? Baker, Butcher. It was Butcher. Okay, it is one of the ones circled in blue. Whoops. How did I miss that? This is yellow then. All right, so yeah, I gave up on purple first because I got that one wrong. So I did bow, flak, coat, and maker. And I was one away. So the question is, do any of these start with a state? FR, I can't think what that would be. FO. Is Florida the only state starting with F? It's the only one I can think of. BA doesn't seem like a state. KN, no. Okay. So it's not that. So this was one away. What are we going to do with that? Flak coat. So if I'm right about the rainbow herring, maker and baker don't go together. So either I swap maker with baker or we don't put baker in. So I could see if this is one away. That is not one away. Okay, so maker does belong in here, and it kind of defines the category through the rainbow herring. Baker does not go in it. Maker. It's got to be a fill in the blank. Something maker or maker something. It's probably something maker. Something maker, something coat, something flak, something bow. Compound bow? I'm trying to think of things that go with bow or bow. Okay, so I could think about the other four, which is also one away and does include Baker. So Baker, Forrest, Franklin, and Knight. They feel like last names to me. Which of these four feels most last namey to me? Not Maker. So Coat, Bow, or Flack would have to be a last name. I don't know. I feel like Forrest is the least likely to be a last name. So then would it be Coat, Bow, or Flack? Wish I knew what we were referring to. Could be Aretha Franklin. Could these be like last names of singers somehow? I'm going to try Flack. Flack doesn't seem to work with anything else. They're all soul singers. Okay, so it was Aretha Franklin, not Benjamin Franklin. All right. Forest Coat, Maker, Bow. This is going to be a fill in the blank. I don't know what it is. Rain. Oh. That's sneaky to make it rainbow. Raincoat, rainforest, rainmaker. Okay. Rainmaker is Rainmaker the wrestling move? I messed up a wrestling move one time and I got made fun of for it. I don't know anything about wrestling. So, but Rainmaker sounds like one of those wrestling moves. Guess I could look it up. Rainmaker. Person who makes rain fall. Executive is very successful at bringing in business to company or firm. Is it a wrestling move or am I thinking of something else? No, I think Haymaker is what I'm thinking. And I think Haymaker is a boxing move. Now that it's coming back to me. Okay, so Haymaker is a boxing punch. Rainmaker has nothing to do with wrestling or boxing. It's a successful businessman or literally someone who summons the rain. Okay, got it. I will try to remember that. I think it was the same mistake I made last time, to be honest. Doesn't Rainmaker just sound like it should be a wrestling move, though? All right. Difficulty. Trivia heavy. Well, I don't think it's trivia heavy. Well, it is a little bit. We've got the clue stuff, and we've got the soul singers. I don't know how difficult the trivia is. I don't. I only recognize Aretha Franklin out of these four. I think I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5, and I think that we have a 65% solve rate. So let's see what they said. Okay, a butcher's cleaver in plateaus. All right. Wow, they give it 3.5 out of 5. Okay, so they thought it was hard. Let's check the bot. 46%. Okay. So even harder than I said. It's 5 out of 5 so far. It may improve. We don't have a million games in yet. We'll see. I'm the only one who did my game. That makes a whole lot of sense. All right, so people are getting yellow first, green first. Really hard to find blue and purple first. Second, it's about the same, although more people are getting blue. Even if you don't know the trivia, last name vibes can help. And then people who are losing either get nothing at all, or they're like just trying to figure out blue, purple. 14% got yellow, 23% got only yellow, green. 11% got nothing. 4% got green. And then we start listing the ones who got something other than green, yellow. All right. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. 28% of people tried the nursery rhyme. That felt like a fairly obvious rainbow herring, because although they have done lyrics from song before, more likely, especially with the placement of them, it's more likely that it's the rainbow herring. And it was this time. Flack, blow, spoil. So giving someone flack, it's not quite the same thing as ruining something, but I could see someone trying that in there. Knife, bow, wrench, rope. So thinking about weapons is probably what's happening here, not realizing it's clue, or thinking maybe bow is a clue weapon. Coat, flack, maker, bow. This is people trying to pick apart purple and blue, almost certainly. All right. Mountain spots. It tried hard to figure out what the heck this was going to be. All right. And wow, the first lock-in, the most common first lock-in is the rainbow herring. Then yellow, then green. And then we've got these random mistakes here. So purple first is at this 1% line. Okay. So it's blue first. Okie dokie. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Wednesday, November 5th. We'll start with the easy. That has to be 0, 0. Why don't we just do something like this? Just put them in where they go. Okay. It's called easy for a reason. Let's play the medium. This has to be a 6, and let's just let's use the blank here. And then the 6-2 has to go this way, or it could be the blank. The blank might be needed. We'll see. We can always swap them. This is a greater than 3, so that's the 4 or the 5. It's going to throw out a blank. This is another greater than 3, so that's going to be something along these lines. I can't make this add to 5 this way, but I think this has to go this way anyway. And then we have the 2 and the 1. Okay, that worked out just fine. There were some forced moves I didn't even pay attention to. I would have if I wasn't basically solving it left or right. Let's do the hard pips for Wednesday, November 5th. A blank goes in there. We have 3 available with a 1, 4, and 6. So it has to be attached to this domino. So we're throwing out a 1, 4, or 6. We have so many 10s here. I think we need to throw out the 1. So 10 is 4 plus 6 or 5 plus 5. This could go into one of them. Why don't we just start slapping? Okay, so I want the 3s to go in here. And then this needs to be, I don't know if we want the 5, 6 or the, I think it has to be the 5, 6 here. We can put the 5, 5 here, and then we can just straddle this. Why was that? That might be the easiest hard they've ever published. 41 seconds. Wow. So I think I got the 3 cookies today. I didn't actually click the share, but I think I was under time for all 3. Very nice. This felt like a medium. I forgot that I was on the hard. All right. Well, how'd you do? Hello. Let's do the mini crossword for Wednesday, November 5th. Fresh addition to a pasta sauce, perhaps. Parm? Basil, maybe? Log blank. Water park ride. Log splash. Yeah, I don't know. Group. I'm sure I can think of it, but I'm gonna skip it. Group of ships. An armada. A fleet. Some drinks from streams. Some drinks from streams. Sodas. Let's be plural. Documentarian Burns. Montgomery. No. Closest pals for short. BFFs. Best friends forever. No problems here. All okay. Shoe material in an Elvis hit. Blue suede shoes. Suede. That is to say, what is this? Log. Maybe I don't know this. What's this? Tennis do-overs or lets. Log flume. That is to say, oh, it's I mean. Okay. Just over a minute. Documentarian Burns is Ken Burns. Okay, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do Strands. Today's theme is the butterfly effect. What are we gonna do with the is it just butterflies? I think I see chrysalis here. Chrysalis. So what's gonna be the spanogram, I wonder? Caterpillar? I'm just gonna lock this one in. Milk? I don't think milk. So what are we actually doing with caterpillar? So I read The Very Hungry Caterpillar many times, but it doesn't really do much. It mentions cocoon. Is cocoon here? Stare. Good Wordle starts. Let's see. Milk. Like I feel like we've had milked here, but I don't know what that would have to do anything. Let's look around here. Limerches. Limericks are very important to butterflies. I've got TCH here. ATCH, match, hatch. Maybe you hatch from the cocoon? Okay. I'm trying to find the spanogram here. Montarg. Star? Huh. We have 3 words left, including the spanogram. So 2 non-spanogram words. I keep seeing milk or milked, but I really don't think that's going to be it. March? Like the month that it happens? No. Marches? I wonder if the spanogram ends in March. What would this be? Mirat? Or we haven't need that G too. Grat? Imgrat? Targim? I don't like this. We have ranch here. Ranches? Ranch? I might as well try milk. And milked. No? Okay. I'm surprised cocoon isn't here. I guess chrysalis might be the replacement for cocoon there. So we have caterpillar, chrysalis, hatch. What else are we doing here? Could it be milk? Is there something related to milk? I mean, obviously not real milk, but Monch. I don't know. Oh, is it I was thinking of the word gamete, but that's not there. SH sheet. It's not even a word. Shurat. She rat. I mean, these two, well, at least one of these two is involved in the spanogram because it has to go left. It has to touch the left side and the right side because it can't touch the top. I don't know how it's working. We could outline this. I may have to hint. I think I'm going to hint. Migrate. Wait, what? Okay, is it SHC? Or is it CHS? Neither looks good. SHC maybe. Wait, what the heck? What's our other... I'm going to hint again. Milkweed. Oh. Does milkweed have something to do with butterflies? Oh, it's the monarchs. Monarch butterflies. Okay. And the spanagram kind of looks like a butterfly, as best as you can do in a Strands word. All right. Struggled at the end there. I kind of fizzled out on what I knew about butterflies. I don't think I would have ever thought of milkweed. This wasn't going to happen in my grading. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's play our bonus game. So yesterday the wheel picked word 500. What should we start with? Let's just start with steel and go from there. All right, we have one green, one yellow. I like to assume it's the vowels, if I can. But what would be green and what would be yellow in this case? Probably something along these lines. And then we could do like an EA like this. Certainly there's a word that we can do. Renal? No. Relax. I don't mind doing uncommon letters in word 500 because you can kind of assume they're red if it's not the word. Okay, so in this case, we would have to start with E and then have an A there. Because I don't think we're ending in A. So what can we do there? This is harder. Empaw. Empay, and maybe a Y. Ende, and I'm not seeing a word here. Okay, so let's do I want this A to be green both times? Oh, I used the L again. Well, that's silly. Relax wasn't possible. So what am I gonna do? I used the L again as well. That's really annoying, actually. So what if the A was green and then the L was yellow? So, because then we can do like an L here and then an A here. Like an LOA, perhaps? Bloat. There's no T. No T makes this harder. What are we ending in? Loaf? Load? You'd think load would work. LOAN? Oh. I don't think that this works. What about LIA? Alias? There's no S. Okay. Could I have had the green E here and then I moved it by accident? But I did place the I get to place the L there. Shoot. I don't know what happened here. Why don't I... So if this was green and this was yellow, then this would be yellow and this would be... We'd have to have two L's. Which is possible. We could do like E something LL, I suppose. A little bit difficult to have the vowel there, though. What if instead... I mean, if this was green, we can't... What if it's green both times and it's a double E? And then the L was yellow both times. There's probably something else going on here, but I'm having trouble. I need to guess something. Leech, maybe? Okay, one green for leech. So, I mean, this is still pointing to having E and A or L and A. So, I mean, the A could have been yellow both times and then the L green both times, but that seems difficult. So what if it is an A here, L yellow both times, and that means I place the L first. So we'd have L here and then an A. Which I didn't actually try. So it could be LO, LU, LI, and then an A. Logan is a name. Will it accept it? It actually accepted. Ooh, okay. Always nice to get all reds because now we have narrowed down the options here. We're going to assume there's no X. That means there's an R and an E. So I think I got the E green. Ooh, actually, we know there's one E, so no CH. Was the E green here and here, perhaps? And then yellow here? That would work. And then the R would be the beginning. And then I need an S or a T. I don't know which one, but R something E seems a little bit tough, actually. And then like a T or an S somewhere. I don't like that. So if the E is yellow here, then it got placed there, which also makes sense. And then the R would be yellow, which is reasonable. And then one of these is green. Well, it wouldn't be the T. So it would be S-E, S-E-R maybe? We don't have two E's, or there's lots of things like like sever, for example. Oh, no, there's no R. No, sorry, we are using an R. So sever would be an option if we didn't know that there wasn't two E's. So would serve. Is there something else that's sir? There's syrup. No, that uses the Y. The Y where that E is. This feels like it, but we don't have to have the R there. Put it here even. Even double it. I know that's working. What's our word here? So like an IR. It's something to guess sever and see if I'm on the right track. I might as well. Two greens. I think that's the S and the E. We know this E is red. And then the R is yellow. So the R doesn't go at the end, is what we learned there. And there's no V for what it's worth. Was that worth it? Maybe not. I can't find an SER word that works. Serm. Surf. I don't see how the R works here. Like a Y? I'm going to do a filler and see if it helps. I'm going to type dumpy here. Two yellows and dumpy. So dumpy were all new. So that means that our letters come from dumpy. That's helpful. Sir. They're all yellow though, so probably not the Y. Could it be RD? It would have to be SEURD. How about SERU? Serum. There it is. Okay. Figured it out. Serum's not an easy word. All right. Well, that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to... Oh, how many times? We need a counter on the number of times I do the ending too quickly. We do need to spin the bonus wheel to see what we're playing tomorrow. All right, it's going to be Magic Madness's suggestion of Word 500. All right, we'll do it again. It can happen. Word 500's on this wheel a lot, and I don't mind doing it twice in a row. It's what the wheel decides. All right, well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all of the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, want to leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.